Hey everyone, this is mattmeide with Keller Williams, Chattahoochee North. This is Mondays with Matt, and today joining me is Matt Kuglin with Shelter Mortgage. Thanks for joining me, Matt.
Absolutely, Matt. I appreciate you having me. Always good to see you.
Thank you. Today, Matt, I wanted to ask you, I'm sure y'all see a lot of contracts come through your desk every week. Can you tell our viewers, what are buyers doing on a consistent basis to win in this market when they're getting into these multiple offer situations?
Great question. I think the first thing that I look at and what I've seen on contracts coming in is as short of a financing contingency as possible. So at Shelter, what we do, we've got a program that's called a fast track. So basically what we do is we get all the documentation up front from the client. We have them pre-underwritten, so we know that their financing is all set. And then we allow for them to basically waive the financing contingency altogether, which is very attractive to the seller.
And so our viewers understand, why is it important? Why does a seller care if you're able to waive the financing contingency?
Well, if you've got a 14 or a 21 day financing contingency as a seller, that's the amount of time that we've got to wait to make sure that underwriting has cleared that buyer.
Okay.
So if you're under contract, you want to know if there's any issues as quickly as possible. And waiving that financing contingency is really the strongest way of showing that you're a strong buyer.
So by waiving financing, does it effectively make the offer a cash offer, but with no appraisal, basically?
It makes it as attractive, I would say, as a cash offer. Great question. So with Fast Track, we're ultimately able to speed up the time in which we close. So with having a 0-day financing contingency and a shorter time period that we need to close, you're right neck and neck with a cash offer.
Okay. And then how about the appraisal? What are you saying as far as buyers, winning with the appraisal contingency?
Yep, and that's another big piece, especially with homes going for over list right now and people being so aggressive, a lot of bids. From a selling standpoint, you want to know that your house is appraised or there's not an issue with an appraisal as fast as possible. So Shelter's had a great panel of appraisers for over 20 years. We're able to turn around appraisals sometimes in 5 to 7 days, which allows us to shorten that time period, get that information quickly so everyone knows there's not any problems.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it. We hope you learned something today, and thank you so much.
Thank you.